It was indeed a struggle for Accra Hearts of Oak as they drew 0-0 with Dreams FC. It's the fifth time this season where they haven't scored a goal in the game. And so we put together this report to have a look at Hearts of Oak's struggles in front of goal.
I'm the coach. I know. I'm the coach to decide. I don't want you to give me the advice I can do or not. You understand? I say the way you are talking is like you have rights to dictate something. No, my brother. No, my brother. You are a journalist. You ask your question. I give you my reply. Don't ask me to give you the reply to who you want.
Abubakar Ouattara's argument with journalists highlighted one thing every Ghanaian football fan will be thinking. He's a man under pressure and needs a huge turnaround. The Phobians have been uninspiring in the league thus far, earning just 2 victories from 7 matches. The club's struggles to find the net has been glaring, failing to score in 5 of those 7 matches. But this problem has seemingly been there for quite some time. In the last 5 seasons, the Accra-based side have gone without a goal in at least 10 matches during the season. Their worst season using this metric was the 2023-24 campaign, where they went 14 matches without scoring a goal.
I think that one of the major problems why it is so is because they are not getting a lot of creative midfielders that are creating for them. And that has been the big problem, because sometimes our strikers, you'd want to get players that are creating behind you or in midfield positions that are creating chances for you. It hasn't been so. If you look at last season, they had Linda Ntange, and then they brought in Martin Kakari from Asekem. But Kakari hasn't been, the player they thought would have been. Linda Ntange, I would say, give Hearts of Oak a fairly good 2 seasons. He's left their club now, and they are still struggling.
In recent years, a number of prospects have shown for Hearts of Oak, but none have come close to competing for the Golden Boot. 2 seasons ago, finding the net became so problematic that the club's top scorers, Benjamin York, Kaleba Mankwa, and Linda Mtange, finished the league season with 4 goals each. But there is still time to turn things around.
Does Hearts of Oak have a database to know the positioning of their team, how well their team are getting into goal-scoring positions, how well can they improve the offensive play of the team? I don't know if there is a data that supports the technical team, whatever they do. Aside that, you realize that the trend of football now is changing. Even coaches are bringing in other coaches that can help them in other departments. So I think that the best option that a club can go is to make sure that they really help the team by getting them the specialists that I talk in the technical aspect so that they can improve the general play of the team.
League leaders BBNE Gold Stars are waiting in the wings, hoping to put Hearts fans in further misery. For Ouattara and his men, it could be the perfect opportunity to change the narrative. So it's not just Hearts of Oak that are struggling, there's also Dreams FC who are yet to win a Ghana Premier League game this season. And we caught up with their captain, Joseph Eshun, who once played for Hearts of Oak, in our On The Spot.
It was a nice experience. I think it was a good club, well organized, with I think all the facilities a player needs to develop. It was a good experience over there. During my time in the Premier League, I think the level of the league was higher, but I think for now it's not, to me, it's not like as I expected it to be. Yeah. Oh, I think just stay normal, being focused on match days, and above all, taking a good rest. Yeah. For the food aspect, it's very necessary because it will give you the energy during the game. So I think you have to take in a good food. But like salad and rice, I think so. Yeah. To get yourself going. We didn't have a good start. So I think, to me, I'm not happy with the start. And as a captain, you know, if the things are not going well, everyone will look up to you. And being as a senior player, they will expect you to, I think, lift the boys up or do something to put the team in a better position on the league log. So I think we are not happy. Me personally, I'm not happy with the way things are going with Dreams FC this season. In Algeria, I think against CRB. I don't know if you know them. MC against CRB. I think we played on their home grounds, and I think that place, if you go there, you won't find things easy. Very difficult grounds. Yeah. So far, I'm yet to. So far, I'm yet to.
So you say you are the first?
No, I'm not. I can say I'm yet to. For me, this season, I'm yet to face an opponent which I think is a good opposition or defender to me. I'm yet to face. I think with goals, it will come back. First of almost, the team first. If the team is winning, sure. So I think first of almost, the team first. So as soon as the team gets winning, I also win naturally.
That was, of course, Joseph Eshun, who talked to us on the spot. We're going to go for a quick breather. When we come back, we have a lot more in store for you. Remember, this show is sponsored by OneXBet. Welcome back from the break. You're still live here on Gpl Xpress, which is sponsored by OneXBet. We are going to go deep into our one-on-one interview, and for our one-on-one, we have James Francis, who is the head coach of Accra Lions. Coach James, it's a pleasure to finally meet you here on Gpl Xpress. Of course, the first question I would ask you is, how has preparations generally been for you and for the rest of the team?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good pre-season. We had a lot of new players come in. A lot of players leave internationally and just leave the club as a whole. So a lot of changes in terms of the squad. But the players have come in. They've started to adapt. I mean, we've had a slightly slow start to the season, similar to last season. We kind of expected it because of the amount of new players that have come in. It takes time for the players to gel, for their understanding of how we want to play. Yeah, the signs are promising that we'll gradually get stronger and stronger as the season goes on.
So, Coach, you've been at Accra Lions since 2021. How did you, first of all, get the job with Accra Lions, and how would you rate your tenure with the club so far?
Yeah, I mean, I worked previously for Tuli Mighty Jets, Division 1 team, and also a charity called Academy 11. and then obviously our paths crossed in the Division 1 league, and then they noticed what I could do with the team, etc. And this is why I was brought on board. I think from day one, Accra Lions have got an identity and a style of play that they want to adhere to, and this fits into how I see the game and how I want our players to play the game. So it's a good fit, and I believe in the project in terms of the development side, the younger players coming in. So yeah, it's been a successful 3 years in terms of what we've done for the development sides, in terms of the players leaving to go internationally, but also we've obviously maintained the competitiveness in the league, which is also important. So yeah, been good.
Well, the club has continuously generated a number of young talents who have rubbed shoulders with the best in the league in the last few years. What, in your opinion, has been the secret for Accra Lions?
Yeah, I mean, hard work. Yeah, I mean, we've got. We heavily scout. We've got scouting department. We watch lots of scouting videos. We're out there scouting. Then obviously the hard work on the training fields. Off the training field, we do a lot of analysis, a lot of work on the mindset. So everything comes together as a whole to make the development of the players the most important part. And this is why what you see in terms of the success in terms of that.
Quite recently, we saw the move of David Odro, one of your players, to Barcelona Athletic. It made the headlines in the internet. I mean, how happy are you, first of all, about that move? And also, what is the plan to get some of his teammates who are currently at the club to clubs like these for them to make waves like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing for him as an individual. Obviously, it's amazing for us, for the exposure it gives us. But, I mean, we're proud of every player that leaves. We've got multiple players left during the off-season, and they've gone to different clubs around Europe. So yeah, I mean, we're proud of every move that the players make every time they take that new step into their career. So I mean, obviously every move opens up doors. You know, people see our players, and the Accra Lions name is out there loud and clear in terms of what we do in development.
Coach, you have one of the youngest teams in the league that are consistently playing against very physical teams, older sets of squads. How do you manage them in such situations?
Yeah, I mean, we try and give them as much confidence every day, and we've got to give them confidence to be able to play in the Ghana Premier League. We work really hard in terms of the tactical side. We work a lot in terms of the basic technical side, to give the players the best platform to be able to perform in the Ghana Premier League. And the search for consistency is ever there, because we have got a young squad. Consistency is sometimes up and down, and you see that with the results. But the performance is always growing. So it's an ongoing process.
So Accra Lions have generally struggled since the start of the season. I checked the numbers. Defensively, they've not been really solid. How are you looking at trying to bridge that gap and making them defensively stable?
Yeah, I mean, we work on everything in terms of the tactical side, from the defensive third through to the middle to the attacking third. If you look at the goals we've conceded, they're probably down to some individual errors around the back, and it's just down to the concentration and the focus, which obviously we work on a lot. But if you look at the games that we've played, the performances have been there, the results haven't. So we look at, in the early stages of the league, we have to look at performance, and then if we keep focused on the performance, then the results will come as a natural occurrence from those performances. So we don't focus too much in terms of the defensive side, in terms of rectifying every little detail, but we just have to give them the confidence to be able to play.
Coach, what has been the toughest match you've managed so far in the Ghana Premier League, and why?
Tougher match, I'd say probably Kotoko. It was a tough game. They've got a lot of experienced players. Physically, you can see the physical difference. So that was the hardest one of the season so far. But yeah, I mean, they're a good side. they want to win the league. You can see that they get the players to try and win the league. So yeah, they beat us on the day. Best team won. So that's probably the hardest. Yeah.
You've been in Ghana for some time and you've been on the local scene for some time. What do you think the Ghana Premier League should generally improve on as the season continues?
I mean, you can. Everyone says the fields, the fields that we play on. Some of them are not the best in terms of playing surface. So you're unable to play that kind of possession football. I mean, yeah, for me that would be a big thing. But that would be it.
Coach, let's talk about you on a personal level. How did you get into coaching, and was there some kind of job you were doing before you got into the profession?
Yeah, I mean, I was working in sales before I got into coaching, but I decided to do something that I love, and football was something that I love to do, love to be involved in. So then coaching was the route I took, and I've sort of never looked back. It's something that I really enjoy, from planning to analysing to every detail in terms of the coaching side of it.
Who is your coaching idol and why?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. Like obviously, Guardiola is probably a standout one. I read a lot in terms of how he sets his teams up, and De Zerbi as well. So yeah, I mean, I try and look at all the top coaches, see what they're doing tactically, see if we can adapt it for where we are and for the players I work with. So yeah, I try and take bits and bobs from every coach that I come across as such.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in this profession, Coach?
Well, I mean, I love it here. I love Ghana. I love the projects. I love being here. So yeah, we've got a lot of plans. The future is bright for Accra Lions in terms of what we're doing, in terms of where the project's going. So I want to be a part of that.
What targets have you and the rest of the technical team set for this squad this season?
I mean, we always say we take every game as it comes. Obviously, the big thing for us is to remain competitive. We have to, we have to stay in the league. We also have to develop the players and develop the team. And if we do that the right way, if we give the boys confidence, as I said, then it will happen, and we'll get the results that we're looking for, and we'll start gradually moving up the table. So yeah, just the same as every season, is to develop the players and remain competitive.
And what message would you give to the Accra Lions fans who are watching you live on Gpl Xpress?
Yeah, for the fans, like encourage the players when you're there. Be patient with the players. There's a lot of young players with inexperience of the league coming up with experienced players, and just be patient and enjoy the process.
Now, there's another new Ghana Premier League club that has sprung up, Young Apostles, who are based in Wenchi, and the people of Wenchi are getting a taste of Ghana Premier League football for the first time. And my colleague Emmanuel Owusu visited Wenchi and delivered this beautiful package on how they are receiving Ghana Premier League football. Wenchi, located in Ghana's Bono region, serves as the capital of Wenchi Municipal. While farming is a primary source of income for its residents, the town has a rich sporting culture and has produced notable footballers such as Asamoah Gyan, Bafo Gyan and Felix Afenajan. However, the community had long awaited their debut in the Ghana Premier League. On October 13, 2024, the town hosted league giants Accra Hearts of Oak. By 7 a.m, excitement filled the air as drivers, business owners, elders and children proudly displayed Young Apostles flags. Community members shared their enthusiasm about the Premier League's arrival in Wenchi.
We are not even just happy that we are playing, but for the fact that Wenchi's name will be mentioned across the country, that we are also in the Premier League, it's a kind of, it gives us so much joy, so much happiness.
By him say, Emrani Quenimwa, Tim Newini Martino, in Senior Bebrebe Koyama.
As for Nicotoko, and Gokumasi and I am TV Munomo, Nabe and young apostles in Tikotoko for Baba, as for Adriana for Baba, so
me.
Local business owners discussed the significance of the Premier League for their enterprises.
If you check from the roundabout to where we are going for the game, you see these tricycles called the Pragia. You will not even get one. It tells you how business is moving on for them.
Business koso amani jaba wuton bibia yeto fie ne beto ba akwa ma yen a omo ba ye no ye pie ya to mienu ana me ensa enti misusu se eye pa ekoyi pa nti e bon fe se omo nka.
Enim Ado, the club's president, envisions transforming Young Apostles into a community-owned club where fans have a greater say.
Life in Premiership is hell because the cost of running Premiership is way. It's like 3-4 times or 5 times of what you use to run a Division 1 club. It's not easy. And so that's what I've told you, that our long-term plan is to involve the community. So that the community will be part of this club so that we all forge forward. Because when we bring more people in from the community or even any investor, when we are talking to some clubs also in Europe who are in relation with us, we'll see. It's not easy.
Despite facing early challenges in the league, head coach Asari Bediako remains determined to secure their Premier League status and is appealing for support from the Wenchi community.
Yes, make sure that Apostles, we maintain our position in the Premier League. There's no easy match in football. So we are preparing hard. We need to psych ourselves and go and play. Alongside
Inswatraman FC, Ediana Stars, Brekum Chelsea and Bechem United, Young Apostles are the 5th team from Bono Ahafo to be promoted to the Ghana Premier League. Currently sitting at 16th in the standings with just 1 win from 7 matches played, they must work hard to maintain the joy and passion of Wenchi's football fans. All too soon, we have to bring an end to another special edition of Gpl Xpress. This is sponsored by 1xBet. They have a 300% welcome bonus. Register at 1xbet.com.gh with the promo code FREEG1. Now, until next time, next week, we'll bring you another special edition of Gpl Xpress. Do well to visit all the game match centers to get the best of football that the local Premier League has to offer for you. My name is Gpl Eshun. We'll see you same time next week. Have a good weekend.
Gpl Xpress is brought to you by 1xBet.